You're listening to the Incomparables Total Party Kill podcast, in which a group of friends play Dungeons & Dragons on the internet for your amusement. This is episode number 435, recorded May 2022, posted February 2024. That's not a boomstick.
Welcome back to Total Party Kill, Candlekeep Mysteries, a deep and creeping darkness. It's me, Tony Sindelar, a Dungeon Master. I use he, him pronouns. Today, we are maybe concluding this adventure. I don't know. Things happen. Allow me to introduce our players in initiative order, because we are in initiative order in a battle with horrible meanlocks, gross bug-like fey creatures protecting their den that our adventurers have entered and then suddenly had qualms about murdering them. First up, it's Jason Snell.
Hi there. I am playing Nis. She is a lizard folk sorcerer.
Next up, Kathy Campbell.
I am playing Hermione, a centaur fighter.
Also, next up, it's Dan Morin.
Hello. I am playing Hueris. He is a bard.
Also joining us, the lovely Micah Sargent.
Oh, that was nice. I am playing Ajguri Lone Walker Makotatahani, who goes by Lone Walker. He and I both use he, him pronouns.
And last, but certainly not least, it's Tiff Arment. Hi, Tiff.
Hey, Polyquartz here, Rock Gnome Druid.
All right. At the end of our last session, Lone Walker and Polly had presented an ethical dilemma about killing these things that are trying to kill you, because some of them may have been people. What are people? What is not a person? Are they still not people? And basically chose that moment to kind of flee into the tunnels of their Warren-like nest in pursuit of something. As pointed out, they are both going to gain inspiration for that. Inspiration, the only prize a Dungeon Master can give you, and only when another player reminds that Dungeon Master that inspiration.
Right. I just want to be clear, Nis is really angry right now, but as Jason, I think they need inspiration.
Yes. Rarely have I argued about somebody deserving inspiration. I'm just, it's hard when you play with people who are so consistently wonderful. Sometimes you forget to
stop
give
blowing
people that
smoke
thing when
here, Tony.
True, Tony.
I'm not talking about you, Dan. You're the worst.
Hey, Tony.
Yeah.
I think Dan deserves inspiration.
No.
Disagree.
Never happens anyway. It's fine.
He'll get it when he earns it.
He'll
Well,
never
this
earn it.
This D&D game has suddenly morphed into Taskmaster.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep. There is,
Yeah.
there's a certain dynamic Dan and I have in our friendship. All right. I said this is going to be a quick intro.
Oh, no, there were sarcastic quotes around friendship there. Oh, no.
Nis, you get to go first. I'll remind you and the listeners, you, Hermione, and QRs are kind of in the, not quite the center of the nest, but deep in the nest. There are a bunch of tunnels heading off in different directions. Several meanlocks have crawled out of these tunnels and engaged the group. None of them are in melee range with you. And Polly and Lone Walker have run off in different directions, north and east, respectively.
Yes, and
you
I
could
would
run
say
east,
we were
you
left
could
in the
run
dark,
west.
but we are left in the bright light.
There is
They
a
have
glowing
run off into the
cape on the ground at your feet.
Yes,
You could all run away from the cape into the darkness and be hunted down one by one by the meanlocks. That would be one way we could end this
Interesting
adventure.
option.
I don't think that's
Opening-
what I want to do.
Opening bid.
So, I believe since I'm 10 feet from a meanlock, and you're really always 10 feet from a meanlock.
I think you're more than. I think 10 feet would be like next to. I think you're not 10 feet.
Oh,
from a
okay.
meanlock.
All right. So it doesn't matter. I don't know. Am I afraid of them? Am I not afraid of them?
I'm gonna say you're not. The one that you were potentially afraid of before. I don't know if you remember. Teleported away.
Yeah. Okay. So I just want to remind everybody that Polly and Lone Walker left in a debate about whether we should be concerned about these meanlocks and if they are actually people. And at that point, 4 bolts of energy emerge from Nis's hands for 12 damage on the meanlock right in front of Nis.
Was that 4 magic missiles or something?
4 magic missiles.
All right. 12 damage as you scorch the Meanlock's kind of gross furry carapace.
Yep.
What was once a kind of dingy mustard is now a charred honey mustard?
Dingier mustard? A Grey Poupon?
A smoked mustard.
Smoked mustard? Is that a thing? Can you smoke a mustard?
You can smoke anything.
you
Oh, thanks.
If you try hard enough.
Thanks, hipsters.
Yeah. Nis, anything else?
Nope.
All right. Hermione, you're in that trio in the center of the caverns. Currently no Beanlocks next to you.
I am going to, because I heard this one scuttling around the corner.
Oh yeah, you know of it.
Yeah. So I'm going to
Clip clop over there.
Yep. And attack it with my short sword. Now,
All right.
for the record, I have a different dice that is going to roll higher than a 6 at some point, I hope.
Oh, a better die, yeah.
Okay, a 15 is good.
Nice.
Plus 6
Is many
is more than I need.
Yeah, you slash out with your short sword.
And I haven't done damage in so long, I forgot what dice. Okay, this one. Yes, my D6. 3 plus 4 is 7.
All right. You're going to follow that up with a whip attack?
Heck yeah, I am. Just kidding. I rolled a 10.
10 plus what, though?
Oh, no. I apologize. I rolled a 6.
All right. So you whip the darkness above the Meanlock.
Yes.
All right. I think we are over to QRS. QRS, there are Meanlocks in several directions. You could also flee. Currently, the path out is
What's my fear situation here, Tony?
I guess there is a Meanlock relatively next to you. You should give me a quick wisdom check to see if you're afraid of Meanlocks. Strangely, I would say if you are wise, you should be afraid of Meanlocks, but I guess if you're wise enough, you are not overcome by the state of fear.
I rolled a 14.
You're fine.
All right. I'm going to cast me a spell because things are not going great. This Meanlock to the east of me, I think nobody has done anything to. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think he just appeared, basically.
Okay. I am going to pull out my bagpipes and play a discordant melody, which is to say I play a melody. Yes.
At the sight of the bagpipes, the Meanlock seems to have a psychosomatic reaction.
Like,
These
oh,
are
no.
some dissonant whispers. Yes. Oh my God. Please have them make a wisdom saving throw.
All right.
Town of White Sparrow. There's a giant engine.
I think I've done pretty good here. I think I rolled a 15.
Bad Meanlock.
He also puts the
All
mean
right,
in mean
what
lock.
happens on a failed save? Anything? Well, on a failed save, it still takes damage.
Oh.
Nope, that's a failed save. On a successful save, half damage. Okay. That was not quite what I had hoped for, but it takes half of 3d6 psychic damage, which in this case will be 6 psychic damage, and that is it.
All right, noted.
What a way to blow a spell slot.
Yep.
All right.
The Meanlocks are next. They are going to converge, I guess, upon the three of you. You are still all kind of in, I'm going to say, enough bright light from either your sun rods or the very glowy cape on the floor that all of these are going to be with disadvantage. So I'm going to go start with QRS and go clockwise. QRS, attack with disadvantage.
TM.
Keep watching the clock.
13 and 15. 13 plus 4 is 17. Seems pretty good.
Yep, that'll hit me.
7 damage, and you should roll to see if you're going to be paralyzed. Nis,
What is the roll to see if we're paralyzed?
DC 11 Constitution.
Whew, I'm not. I rolled a 9.
Nis, I have rolled a slightly even better. I think 14 and 18. 14 plus 4 is 18 to hit your lizard folk hide.
Yep.
7 damage. Roll to see if you are paralyzed. Hermione, 11 and 15. Does a 11 plus 4 is 15. Does a 15 hit you?
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
I think
Who
I'm
you
paralyzed,
are-
Tony.
Oh, no.
QRS, how did you do on your paralyzation check?
Oh, no. I rolled an 19.
And Nis, you said you are paralyzed?
I rolled an 8.
Oh, dear.
All right. Do we need to remind people what paralyzed do?
It's bad.
Probably.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Paralyzed creature is also incapacitated, which also doesn't seem great. You can't take actions or reactions. You can't move or speak. You automatically fail strength and dexterity saving throws. Attack rolls against you have advantage. Any attack that hits you is a critical hit if they are within 5 feet of you. So you are real easy to murder and real incapable of doing stuff. Nis, you can repeat that saving throw at the end of each turn. And the effect ends when you save, of course. But you're going to lose at least a turn, probably.
Okay.
If not more. Also, yeah, it's bad. If only Lone Walker or Polly knew how you were all being murdered exactly.
I feel like I need to call up Erica and say, teach me how to be okay with a character's decision that fits the character, but does not fit me, because I feel like screaming right now. And this is the dirtiest inspiration I've ever been granted.
Yeah, that's right. Take your filthy lucre.
You know, things happen. It's Dungeons and Dragons, nothing is forever.
It's okay, Micah. I
You
will
have
definitely
one
hold
turn
it
to
against
figure
you
out how to
forever.
turn these people back into people.
Yeah.
All right. So
Lone Walker.
I did my measuring before. I can come here, and then if you can reveal some of the map for me.
Oh, for you?
And then I've got more movement I can do.
So Lone Walker has run to the east, kind of turned, twisting through tunnels. I could imagine Lone Walker might even kind of be losing a little bit of a sense of where things are. I think you might even feel like you might, if you headed back west, like arrive back at where you had come from in these twisting tunnels. But do you want to keep moving, Lone Walker?
Yeah, so I've got a little bit more. Well, in fact, since because I forgot I've got a whole other thing if I use it as a dash. So I'm going to keep moving down this way.
All right. And you've got some kind of light source, right?
Yeah, my boomstick.
Still not called that.
And one more, because I think, let's see, that'd be 25, 30, 15. Yeah, so I've even got a little bit more movement
All right.
after this.
You head south, Lone Walker, and you arrive in a strange cavern that seems different than the rest of the tunnels that you've been exploring. This is a large cavern, and there are several meanlocks in it. See, I did the thing where I told you what the enemy was first instead of reading you lengthy descriptions of what the tile work is
Appreciate it.
before getting to the enemies.
Square pillars dot this cavernous region that you enter
Yeah.
in. The air is dank and smells of old rot and moss. You feel strangely unnerved, but a cool breeze blows
The
your hair
mirror
back.
work seems to be
Also monsters!
The mirror work seems to be a collaboration between ancient elves and dwarves that have come together under mysterious circumstances. Also,
Wait, I'm so
Tyrannosaurus
sorry.
Rex.
Can you... Okay, you are still doing a bit. I thought you were
Yes.
actually reading it. Okay, I was like, no, I'm missing it, because I was ignoring the bit. I'll be honest with you, I was completely ignoring the
Yeah.
bit, but then I thought,
it's a
crap,
bit.
it's the
Okay.
real thing.
Well played. All right, here is not the bit. Here is the actual description of the chamber. Lone Walker, new scents greet you here. The musty funk of decaying fabric and old furs, and the smell of rot lingers in the stagnant air. Thick pillars of moss-covered stone supports hold up this 20-foot high ceiling. The chamber is dotted with several waist-high stone slabs. Some of them look like they might have kind of the petrified human remains on them. Several meanlocks, including one that looks familiar and badly hurt, are moving back and forth between the slabs, looking around this room. Give me a free perception check.
I will gladly do that.
As opposed
And
to
I'm going to
a
use
version?
that dirty inspiration.
Mm.
Get that out of my... An 11, Tony.
An 11, even with an 11, I feel like this would be, like the camera would zoom in as you notice, strapped to each of the pillars supporting this cavern ceiling are dynamite. Explosive
What?
charges used by miners have been attached to the columns holding up this platform. Holding up the ceiling of this cavern.
Oh, okay. So it seems like they were going to... from what I can tell, these pillars were going to be destroyed, which would have brought like a cave-in of some sort, or would have taken this area down.
Seems like it.
That's an interesting idea. If this is where a lot of these creatures are nested, can you?
So you're okay killing them with dynamite?
I'm not.
Or-
No.
okay,
That's
okay.
not Lone Walker. That's Micah.
I mean,
Lone
I'll
Walker's
also
like,
tell you-
oh boy, this dynamite seems dangerous. I should disarm all of it one by one.
Also, you notice in the corner, there is just like a pile of stuff. It looks like belts and boots and maybe, basically all the parts of a miner or an adventurer that a Meanlock couldn't eat or wouldn't
make use of.
Or wouldn't need after they turned into a Meanlock.
Can I notice anything? Like, do any of the Meanlocks look more? Basically, what Lone Walker
Nicer?
knows of bugs in particular is that there tends to be sort of a queen figure or some.
These Meanlocks look of equal rank.
Okay.
They've got a flat organizational structure.
And remind me again
it's possible
about
their queen might live in the Feywild. We don't know.
Got it. Remind me again about those shorter structures. You said there were human remains on them.
Yeah, there are these kind of slabs, kind of waist high slabs with ancient, or maybe not ancient, but old human remains on them.
Interesting.
Or humanoid. I guess you haven't DNA tested them.
Okay.
It just Lone Walker. I think that the people that you think might be people also tortured several people to death in this chamber. So,
is that the idea that I'm getting?
Yeah, I think so. Seems like this is a place that Meanlocks may have brought some people and done bad things to them.
After they were Meanlocks, as far as I can tell.
I mean, the remains on the slabs are people, not Meanlocks, I guess. So, yeah.
This is tough. Okay.
On the one hand,
Friends die,
some
or
on the one hand, some Meanlocks used to be people. On the other hand, Meanlocks are torturing people and actively trying to kill your friends. It's a real Sophie's choice.
you could turn these Meanlocks back into people, or you could turn your friends into corpses.
Yeah, or we don't know. Maybe Lone Walker wants to become a Meanlock. Lone Walker, I think that's probably the end of your turn, so you can spend a round thinking about that.
Actually, Tony, so I've got a little bit of movement left.
You want to use that to move closer to the murderous
I'm going to
bugs?
go here, and then, with a brief sort of I don't know, sound of like whoop, a mist surrounds Lone Walker, and he disappears from where he is, and then reappears below the Meanlock, because Lone Walker is Fey touched and casts Misty Step, which is a bonus action.
All right. You have run away and then teleported back to where your friends are.
I knew it. It was all part of a cunning plan.
Yeah.
Polly's still lost in the game.
Polly's still lost, but I don't think I have any turn left on my turn to explain what I found.
No,
so,
I
yeah,
do
I'll
not
have
think
to
you
do
did. That
that
was a very long turn.
Yeah.
Polly is in their own adventure now.
All right. Polly, you have set off north. I don't know if you have taken little Antony with you.
Yes. Antony's hanging out
He's
with
still
the bats.
partying with the bats.
Little
North,
Antony
the direction your moral compass has taken you.
Yeah, little Antony is in the safest place in this cave system. Polly, what would you like to do?
I think the natural progression would be I would move as far as I could possibly move down this cave. So
right.
that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, right?
Yep.
And I the whole time going, Lone Walker, hey, Lone Walker, where? Hey, hey, hey.
If you don't do any sort of like magic or use one of your skills, you can
go
actually
another
move
25
more feet.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, this is a dash
I think
action.
I'm just wandering.
Do you have
Alright.
Do you have dark vision? I think so, right? You're a gnome.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, good. Otherwise, extra hilarious.
Let me just make sure.
I'm coming, Lone Walker.
Make sure. Where do I find that?
I'm pretty sure you do. It would be in the senses section. Right
Yeah, I
below,
think I do because I used it before. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can see up to 60 feet. Also, one question, because I cast the spider walking, so I'm essentially walking along the ceiling.
Lone Walker, hey.
in the darkness, walking along the ceiling.
Do I still have that like stealth
I think
protection?
now that you're not in a place, though, if you're yelling Lone Walker, I would say no.
No, I'm curious. Like, so when you cast something like that, like one spell on top of another, do they both stay because they're like duration for an hour, or does one replace the other one?
No, they should continue to stay unless
it's concentration.
Yeah.
Unless it's concentration,
or there's some offsetting factor, as there was in the case of like
Pass
a
Without
giant
Trace
shiny
was
toy.
concentration. Did you use a new concentration spell?
Yeah, the spider climb is also
Oh, yeah, then
concentration.
that's
Okay, so you can only do one or the other, basically.
Okay,
You can only concentrate on one thing.
I'm not stealthy.
I mean,
I'm gonna move
you're not
25 more feet.
Yeah,
though.
you're
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. All right, I'm down here.
All right. You are wandering around the east annex of the Meanlock Lair looking for things. I will say, maybe you see Lone Walker's, these things. You might have seen Lone Walker. Oh, no, Lone Walker teleported. So you have no idea.
I will say for the future, Polly, Lone Walker, who is a Goliath and has giant lungs, is going to try to give a shout to say... to say you should return, so we'll see if that works.
Well, you don't know if I left yet, technically, because you left.
That's true. I left first.
And then
You're
I
right.
left.
You're right.
You
and
can
then
see around the corner
And-
here
and then
where he was before.
You like left the corner, and I'm coming around the
that's a
corner,
good
like
point.
from the ceiling.
Oh,
Polly,
no.
I think-
I have no idea where you are.
I would say you do know where you are relative to the battle because of the glowing.
yeah, because I can see the light.
You
coming
left a
from the
giant
side
glowing
tunnel.
cape in the middle of the place to find your way home. It's a real...
But I'm still looking for Lone
Yes.
Walker because that was
That may take you a while. So, all right. Let us move on to Nis. Jason Snell, you are still playing Dungeons & Dragons. You are still friends with some of these people.
Okay. Well, if that's happening, then
You are paralyzed. I forgot you're not playing Dungeons &
I'm
Dragons.
not playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Lone Walker.
However, so what do I need to do for my saving throw?
Constitution, I believe you need to beat an 11.
All right. Well, good news. I rolled a 14.
All right, you
Yay.
shake off the paralysis, but I think that was an extremely not good feeling, and you probably are not looking forward to ever experiencing that again.
Correct.
So that is your turn because you are paralyzed.
Yep.
Hermione.
All right, short sword. Here we go. Whip. Here we go. That was a great turn, everybody.
All right.
God, we need to-
I'd like
we need to roll
to
better.
just point out that Kathy at least has an efficient turn. It may not be a successful turn, but it is efficient. Kiwaris.
I need more dice.
Yeah.
All right.
Kiwaris, Hermione, give me a quick roll to see if you're afraid of Meanlocks.
Yep.
Kiwaris, do that too.
I am scared out of my wits.
All right. Well, that explains the misses.
Yep.
Kiwaris,
Wait, do we have to roll the fear check every turn or just when
every
there's
turn
an-
that you're next to them,
Cool.
unless you're immune to fear like Lone Walker.
Yeah, well, good news and bad news. All right, so I'll start with that. What's a wisdom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was a 1.
Oh no!
High five!
So you're afraid of them.
Which means what?
You attacks against them, disadvantage. You can't move closer to them. I think those are the big things.
But I'm already next to one.
Yeah, so you just can't get any closer to it.
Nis, how you doing on health?
Nis is doing okay. 23 out of 30.
And Hermione, how are you?
Oh, I haven't been touched. I haven't touched anyone else either. So, it's kind of a...
Let's
a balance.
do this. I am going to tap Hermione and confer upon them heroism. A willing creature you touch is imbued with bravery. Until the spell ends, creature is immune to being frightened and gains temporary hit points equal to my spellcasting ability modifier at the start of each of its turns. So basically, you're going to get 3 temporary hit points at the beginning of every single turn. However, if you have more than that, they kind of are... It doesn't really matter. It doesn't add on. They just replace.
So I would now have 10 temporary hit points?
No, it doesn't add.
just-
It's whatever you had already. It's take the higher value between what you have and so you have 7 right now.
Yeah.
You continue to have 7, but you are immune to being frightened.
Which is great.
Yeah,
I
that's
love that
that's
for
kind of
me.
what I'm going for here
Yeah.
because it seems like that's a problem.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I didn't roll great without knowing that I was afraid. So
Yep. Nope. That's fine.
But we're hoping for some big rolls. We're hoping.
And then as a bonus action, I'm going to give Nis a bardic inspiration to hopefully do some damage.
What does
next
that get
time
me?
around. You can get 1d6 that sometime in the next 10 minutes you can add to an ability check, attack roll, or
Oh,
saving
great.
throw.
All right,
So,
great.
on the off chance you get paralyzed again, at least you have a bonus to roll.
Neat.
And that is my turn.
All right, we are around to the Meanlock's turn. There are still 3 Meanlocks clustered around the group. I'm going to say this Meanlock whirls around and sees Lone Walker coming up behind it. And is going to snap at you, Lone Walker, attacking with disadvantage. 7 + 4 is not going to hit you. Meanlock is going to attack Cuaris.
I just realized the flaw in this plan.
Is that you get paralyzed?
Woo! Oh, boy.
I rolled a 2
dodged
and a
that
7,
bullet.
so I'm not going to do the math on that. And I rolled a 2 and a 17 on Hermione. So I will tell you, I think I had some amazing rolls before, and now the numbers are starting to average out. So nothing effective happened on the Meanlocker's turn.
I realized that I had 6 hit points, and if I went down, that nice spell I just put on Kathy would go away.
Well,
Tony, did you just portmanteau Lone Walker and the Meanlocks? Because that's what it sounded like.
Where do you think a Meanlock stores its sneakers? In a Meanlocker. Haha, thank you for laughing at my joke. Mike, it's your turn.
Okay, Lone Walker, obviously realizing, having walked away and come back, that he needs to sort of reassess the situation, looks around and doesn't see Polly. Not sure what that means precisely, but he will sort of bellow with his big, his big old
Polly!
lungs. And he just says, "These creatures seem irredeemable." And he, you see kind of his muscles almost bulge a little bit as he grasps his warhammer with 2 hands and raises it above his head and smashes down on the Meanlock that's right in front of him. And he does a 20 to hit.
Yeah.
And he does...
This is an important lesson for bad guys. Store your torture chambers further back so that paladins don't find them and have a change of heart. If that torture chamber had been on the west side of this cave, Lone Walker would have been trying to help these guys out for 2 more rounds.
Wow. Okay, so that does 4 bludgeoning damage, which is NBD, but then on top of that, it does 11 radiant damage as the hammer glows with that bright... Actually, instead of the yellow light, it's more of a blue light, and you kind of see a trail of blue fire that comes down behind the hammer as it smashes into the creature and does a total of 15 damage.
15 damage. That Meanlock. That Meanlock is like... I imagine that you just kind of caved in part of its thorax. It looks like it's all kind of twitchy and looks like
Ew, yeah,
really,
like if you squish a roach.
Still there, but looking very unwell and unhappy at you.
All right. And I think that's going to be it because I did 2-handed, so that's not. Yep, that's all.
All right. Polly, you're still on an exploring. You're still going for a little walk, getting your steps in. How's it going?
I think I heard Lone Walker.
Mm-hmm.
And
I might even imagine it would echo kind of directly west of you here. I don't know. Maybe it took... I don't know. How does sound work? Does it take the long way around south to you? No. Lone Walker!
It's so creepy.
Lone Walker!
So I'm going to keep moving forward because I do hear him, but I'm still looking for him.
Yep.
And I heard what he said, so I understand what he meant and I trust him. So let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So I'm about here, and I'm assuming I can see kind of into this.
Yeah, I think
area?
you've headed south. I'm going to say that you might see the kind of glowing light of the cape off to the west of you, but you also see this strange Meanlock chamber off to the south of you with the slabs with humanoid remains on them, the piles of personal belongings, and the weird Meanlocks kind of moving back and forth around this.
Yeah, I
chamber.
figured I would most likely like hug the wall,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
as I was coming down towards the end of that wall, I'd be able to see what I can see.
Yep.
All right, with Lone Walker's encouragement and that the hearing of that giant smack of his weapon, I think I'm going to cast Growth Spike. I'm going to climb off the ceiling. Oh no, I can do this at the same time. No, I can't. Okay, first I'm going to climb off the ceiling so I don't fall.
Yep.
That'd be bad. Yeah.
I was like, cast something
Watch
and I
me
just-
cast this spell.
Oh no, concentration.
Solid
My
rock
neck.
gnome
My neck.
thud. Like, all right, so Growth Spike is on the ground, 20-foot radius, and this has like I can cast it at a distance, and it grows spikes, and whenever any creature within it, every 5 feet it moves, it takes 2d4 piercing damage.
Oh, so you're like planting like thorns and spikes and caltrops somewhere. Oh.
So yeah, it's like kind of like it becomes like rocky terrain.
Nice.
So I'm essentially gonna kind of cast that in this like hell room that we see down here.
Like kind of to block the doorway kind of deal.
I was thinking because it's a 20-foot radius.
Oh, 20 feet's a lot, right?
Wow.
I
That's
was
that
kind of
whole
thinking like in the
room.
middle of the room.
All right, so we're just the whole room is suddenly blocked or covered in spikes. I will say that will probably get the Meanlock's attention, but it's certainly going to make their lives complicated. Nobody likes spikes in their living room.
We need
So every
Niss's
time
firebolt
those
for that room.
Meanlocks in there move, they're going to be taking damage.
They're gonna take a damage, okay?
Yeah, so it says like when a creature moves within, into or within the area, it takes 2d4 piercing damage every 5 feet
All
it
right.
travels.
Tiff, get some D4 handy because I'm gonna ask you to roll that a lot.
All right,
Yep.
I gotcha.
Okay. Big
That's all I can do.
All right.
Which was a lot. Yeah.
Does a good job.
Nis, it is your turn. You are no longer paralyzed. There is a horrible Meanlock in front of you. I guess you do have to decide if you're afraid of it.
I mean, I can. It's not going to matter, but sure.
Okay.
What should I do? Wisdom?
Wisdom, please.
That's an 11.
That was the number you needed.
All right,
What's
great.
next?
Well, now bolts of radiant force are going to hit into that Meanlock.
Okay.
It's a classic.
I'm going to tell you, you may not need to put all of your magic missiles
I
into
know.
that one Meatlock, so you can do those one at a time
I know.
and see what
So-
happens.
4.
4 kills it. Okay.
And then pivot
Yep.
to Meanlock behind Cueris.
Pivot.
4.
Reference.
4 more damage.
5.
Wow, these are big rolls.
Ooh, do it.
Okay.
Do I hear 6?
5.
Wait.
5.
Oh, wait, how many did you do to that guy? 2 or 3 to the top one?
3.
3. So 5 more?
Yeah,
Wow.
that's it.
So 4
that
4
was a
magic
second level
missiles
magic
total?
missile.
All
Yeah.
right, I will tell you. That's not how I'm doing it. You have bloodied the Meanlock next to Cueris. Big turn, Nis. You slayed, slipslod.
Killed.
You killed a
missiled.
Meanlock. You missiled a Meanlock, and you bloodied another Meanlock. You know, you might not all die here in this tunnel. Hard to say.
And as a final action, Nis looks at Lone Walker and says, "They're very bad.
just to
Do
make
you
it
get
clear.
it now?"
Hermione, you are immune to fear, so I'm not going to make you roll to see about fear.
Goodness.
You are next to a relatively sturdy-looking Meanlock.
All right. Let's roll the dice. Come on. 20.
That hits.
Nice.
All right.
That's a roll.
We're in
I feel like you
business.
have now made some tactical choices, and the dice have agreed with your choices, as they are
Yes,
sometimes
yes.
want to do.
Thank goodness. And we've got 8 points for 8 damage from my sword.
8.
Yes. 4 plus 4 is 8.
All right. Whip damage or whip incoming.
Yeah. Yes. Whip. I got the unicorn.
That's a critical, right?
It's a critical. So I double
damage.
So
Well, double dice.
Double dice.
Double
So
dice.
I do 2 4s, 1 and 3. So I got a 4.
Plus something or just 4 total?
Well, because it's my second, do I not plus the?
I think you don't.
You
Yeah.
do not unless you have a
Yeah.
specific.
I will tell you, though, you have bloodied that meanlock. So of the 3
Well-
meanlocks that were murdering you, 1 is dead and 2 are bloodied. You might live to escape this warren of
Well,
misery.
especially because I would like to do my action surge
Oh.
and do 1 additional action
Woohoo!
with my short sword.
Do it.
I rolled a 15 plus 6 is 21.
Yep.
And I roll my d6. And I got 6. Do I add the 4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The action surge gives you a whole other action, so yeah.
Okay, so yeah, 10.
10. This meanlock is barely alive. All right.
Amazing.
QRS. If you are still capable of feeling fear, you must roll to see if you feel fear.
I got a 9.
All right. So you are afraid of this meanlock. You can't run toward it, which you also can't do because of the map. And your
Also
attacks.
physics.
Yeah, physics. But your attacks against it would have disadvantage unless you're using magic.
Which I will use because why not?
Why
Yeah.
not?
I will cast Vicious Mockery on that one that's just past Hermione, which is the one that's almost dead.
Yep.
Let's see if that works. Make a wisdom saving throw, please.
I rolled an 11.
That is not enough.
Okay, I was gonna check if I had disadvantage, but all right. Tell me about damage.
How do you feel about 1 damage?
All right. I mean, there are a range of numbers. I would have
hurt-
felt
it
better.
hurt
Yeah, it twitches, but it's not. You have not mocked the insect to death, but you have really hurt its feelings and its
Wow.
hit points.
I am going to use this occasion to cast a 2nd level healing word on myself
All right,
because I need it. So
Good.
I'm going to get
Do that.
10 hit points back.
all right.
Nice.
So it is Team Meanlock. I do not have as many Meanlocks as I started things with. This Meanlock is going to attack you, Hermione, but it does so at disadvantage. I rolled a 3 and a 2, so that's not happening.
Nope.
This Meanlock is going to attack Huaris. I
Oh.
rolled an 11 and a
Okay,
6.
we're okay.
6 plus
We're
4 is not probably going to hit a bard.
Nope.
And both of these Meanlocks, fearing for their lives, teleport somewhere.
Jerks.
You don't know where. It might be their nest, which is full. Actually, I guess you know what, Polly? You see through the darkness 2 Meanlocks, 2 badly injured Meanlocks, teleport into the horrible spike trap you have set up.
Now, yeah, because they moved into it, so they
it
take
says-
some.
All right, roll me
All right,
2d4.
One of them
for the
takes
first one.
three points.
All right, a Meanlock basically teleports, and it's like a Star Trek transporter accident where he teleports into a spike and dies.
Yes.
Roll me some more.
All right, and the second one takes 6 points of damage.
All right, badly injured, wishing he had not returned to his home full of spikes.
That was part of the plan all along.
The
It was a long
other
play.
there are now 4 Meanlocks in this thing that seems to be their kind of home within the caves here. The other ones all, I guess, are aware of the spikes and don't know what's happening and kind of panic. Give me 3 more rolls of spike damage for them.
All right, one takes a 5,
Mm-hmm.
one takes a 6, and one takes another 6.
All right. So the bad news, Polly. I have to check. This is difficult terrain, right? So their ability to move across it is pretty limited.
So every 5 feet, they get that damage again.
Every 5 feet.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Wow, that is
All
a
right.
brutal spell.
So this one that was
It was
barely
a second level.
this one that is
Worth it.
barely alive tries to kind of run away into the darkness. This one that is had just took damage from the spikes also tries to run away into the darkness. Give me another roll.
So there's another level to this. It says the transformation of the ground is camouflaged to look natural. Any creature that can't see the area at the time the spell is cast must make a wisdom perception check against your spell to recognize the terrain as hazardous before entering it.
So they potentially know that this is a bad idea.
That's before though.
Yeah.
But they teleported in, so they didn't get a chance.
I'm
to
gonna
do
say that these guys see the spikes, but don't know what. I mean, they're horrible monsters. They're running to get out, so they know there are spikes there. They know this is happening to them, and they can't do anything about it. So give me one more roll on this creature.
So another 6 damage.
All right. So you know that there are 2 badly wounded Meanlocks headed east. One Meanlock is going to try and come out toward you, and I think he's got to pass through at least 2 more squares to get to you. So give me 2 more rolls.
So 7 and 4.
All right. You bloodied another Meanlock. You know what? You know what's really effective is filling a room with spikes and then making people walk across it. Who knew? So the bad news, Paulie, you're probably feeling real great about yourself, but this Meanlock has crossed the room and gotten to you. He's out of the spikes area, not in in bright light, and it's just going to roll an attack on you. I think I'm probably going to hit you there with a 19.
Yep.
You are going to take 7 slashing damage. And you need to roll to see if you are paralyzed. DC 11 Constitution.
16.
All right, you are not paralyzed, but you just took 6 damage, so you don't feel great about that. All right, big complicated round for the Meanlocks. Lone Walker, you are next. There is a dead Meanlock at your feet. I'm just gonna move that off the map. You're also really bright glowing cape is at your feet. How about that?
Yeah, so Lone Walker is going to scoop up the cape first, and then he's going to look at Hermione, Cueris, and Nis and say...
Nis is standing on the cape.
Oh, okay, cool. That's fine. So
if you want, you're going to need to say something if you're going to pick up this cape.
Actually, that's kind of funny. Lone Walker crouches down to... Lone Walker crouches down to pick up the cape and sees that it's under his feet and sort of looks directly ahead, because I think that's about the height, and then looks to everyone else and says, the nest is to the... Wait, that was too fast. The nest is to the south of us. I am heading there to eradicate this foe. Will you join me?
I mean, you left us.
Is that an apology?
I don't think he realizes yet. He doesn't realize that what he did was wrong, like in the moment, and we're still in the middle of the battle. So no, it is not an apology, because Lone Walker hasn't quite put 2 and 2 together yet that everyone is pissed off at him.
Yes, doesn't take her foot off the cape.
Okay. Lone Walker, very confused about what's going on, just starts to head back the way, but without the cape, just with his boomstick. That's not a boomstick. 5
title.
10, 15, 12. Okay, I can definitely get to where that Meanlock is.
All right.
So there, and then
Lone Walker.
Hey Tony. Hey Tony.
Yeah.
Can I have
You should get
inspiration?
inspiration.
You can have inspiration. But next time, ask Dan to ask if you can have inspiration.
All right. Okay.
Polly.
We gotta launder it.
Yeah.
I am glad you have discovered that these creatures are pure evil.
Yeah, don't go in that room.
The horrible
It's,
bug that's between
kind
the
of a
two of
mess.
you as you were having this conversation.
Like they
seems
feel like they've
excuse me?
discovered this for themselves. Oh yes, we've done extensive research.
I think that's all I can do. Would the crouch and grab? Wow, that sounds terrible. Would the crouch and grab have counted as my action?
I'll give you that as a bonus action.
The old
sweet.
bonus
The
crouch
classic
and grab.
The classic crouch and grab.
It's like the
then
bend and snap.
We've all been there.
5, and then I'm going to roll a d6 to add to that. Okay.
Oh.
Does an 11 hit a?
11 does not hit a Meanlock.
Okay. Well, then let's try the other one. Does an 18 hit?
An 18 does
it
hit a
does.
Meanlock.
All right. Then we do 6. What damage is that? Bludgeoning damage to the Meanlock that's in front of Polly and myself.
It is badly hurt.
All right. That's all Lone Walker can do. Polly's turn.
All right, Polly, you need to roll to see if you're afraid of Meanlocks. Wisdom check. Roll your d20, add your wisdom saving throw thing.
Because of the exhaustion, do I have disadvantage?
I don't believe you do.
On checks?
Not on this.
No?
On skill checks, yes, but on saving throws, no.
Okay. All right. 7, 8, 9, 10.
That is not enough. You are afraid of Meanlocks. If you attack them, you would have disadvantage. and you can't move closer to them. You could use a magic attack that doesn't require an attack roll. But you could also just attack with disadvantage. The one in front of you looks badly hurt, yet somehow terrifying.
Okay.
And you are, despite growth, your spikes are still in place until you stop concentrating.
Concentration, it says up to 10 minutes.
Okay, so you get 10 minutes of spikes. Or if you die, they will disappear. Or knocked unconscious.
Okay. So, I have a bonus action of casting Shillelagh, which is a touch cast, so it doesn't interfere with the concentration.
Correct.
And it impugns my club with magic nature energy and gives me extra damage for that. So I'm going to attack with my club. Now, when I cast that Shillelagh, it says +3 for the hit DC, but under my club it says +4. So just do I pick the higher one, or do I add them together?
I would take the higher one, I assume.
Okay.
Yeah. So you roll to attack. You're gonna roll twice and take the lowest because Polly is afraid of the meanlock.
And please be high also. Okay, so that is an 18 and a 22. So
okay, that is excellent. So you hit the meanlock with your shillelagh. Roll damage.
All right. And my damage is normal, right?
Check. It actually is it. I forget what shillelagh does. It make it? Are you better? At
oh no, I mean like the shillelagh makes the damage more, but because of the disadvantage, my damage is normal.
It was harder to hit it, but you still do the same damage. You hit as hard, just not as well.
Okay. So that is 5 damage.
All right. This meanlock is barely clinging to life. His walk across the spike room was bad.
You want to take another walk?
It's over. Nis, you are standing on a glowing cape.
And Hermione and Cueris come before the meanlocks in the move order.
Yeah.
So I am going to move. I'm going to pick up the cape. Well, there was a time when Nis was seriously thinking of moving away, but now Nis is going to come over here. It
would have been funny if the
Polly.
three of us had just left at that point.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, if Nis was paralyzed, I was going to run and
pick her up.
Yeah, we were gonna.
Kathy, I was going to say, if Nis wasn't paralyzed, this adventure might have turned out very differently.
Yeah.
But, paralyzation provides some valuable thinking time.
It prevented her from leaving on the spot. So Nis is gonna come over here, and I guess there is a meanlock right here, right?
Yeah.
That I can see. I'm gonna do a straight up firebolt. Let's do that.
All right. Do you roll or do I roll?
I roll, and that's a 24 to hit.
All right. Roll damage.
It is 7 damage.
You incinerate the meanlock.
Nice.
Ha!
That's my turn.
All right, Hermione, you and Cueris are standing in the caverns.
Good news.
Without
it's the super tired club, meaning we
Yeah.
can only move at half speed. So see you
Yep.
guys in like 2 turns.
So I am.
So Nis would have known that, and the firebolt is a 120-foot range spell. So Nis is gonna move a little less speed, trying to give room, because she knows that Q and Hermione are gonna follow her, so she's not gonna leave them behind.
Yeah.
Got it. All right, Hermione, it looks like you double move to charge through the tunnels in the direction of battle.
Very slowly.
You double slowly move. Cueris, you are all alone in the tunnels by
It's
yourself.
cold here. I don't like it.
It's dark.
1,
There's
2,
the sound of water
3.
dripping, or is it blood?
All right. Get to there, and then I guess I can get right up behind Nis.
Yeah.
And since that is 2 actions, unless I have another good bonus action, which I don't. I think both Lone Walker and Nis, you guys both still have your Bardic Inspiration too?
I used mine to attack.
Users. Okay, got
Yeah.
it. Okay.
I still have mine.
1 left. Do we think this... Oh, God, do we think there's more beyond this nest? I'm kind of holding it in reserve. So I think I'm good for the moment.
I just want to let everyone know, now that you're all back, that I really did some damage in that room, so I suggest not going in there.
Light a candle.
That's the goal.
What I love is that Polly's like, now that you're all back, like it was all of us, all of them who left. Polly, you were. Now that
I
you're
mean,
all
he
back.
is chaotic neutral. It makes sense.
I love it.
If you ever, there was a thing once where you had to like sum up somebody you know in a one GIF, and mine was from my wife, and it was the scene from Last Crusade where River Phoenix as young Indy runs out of the cave at the beginning and says, "Everybody's lost but me." Kind of how I'm feeling now.
All right, the Meanlocks are next. I'm not gonna lie, it's been a rough season for Meanlocks. I guess Lone Walker and Polly.
Whoa! Are we on their side now?
Well, the listeners can choose which side they're on.
This is the episode like where we see it all from the Meanlocks.
Yeah. Polly, you can see. You still have kind of a view into the, I guess, with your dark vision into the shadowy cavern here, where the Meanlocks seem to have been engaged in strange, horrible things. There is a Meanlock that had started its turn because it teleported there, very badly injured in the middle of the spike area. It is aware of the spikes, and it just kind of freezes. And it's like looking, and there's spikes everywhere. You can see across the room the last of the other two Meanlocks kind of fleeing to the west, unsure where they have gone or where they will end up. But yeah, so you have basically kind of trapped one Meanlock, and the other two are on the run. One of them very badly injured. That's the Meanlock's turn. No Meanlock attacks on any of you. Lone Walker. Lone Walker, I don't know if you know that there are spikes on the ground, or you need to.
I told everybody.
You told everybody, so you're aware. You recognize that there are kind of camouflage spikes on the ground all throughout the chamber ahead of you.
Yeah, so I think to attempt to deal with the one that's in there.
It might end up killing itself just by trying to move out of there eventually, or it's trapped.
That's true.
So-
Maybe I can sort of try to get it to come toward me.
Neener.
I need that little creature to make a dexterity saving throw of 12 or take 1d8 radiant damage, which it looks like you will.
Why don't you roll 1d8 radiant damage? As I rolled an 8 on my dexterity saving
5 radiant damage.
What is this holy attack that you are doing against it?
Just a nice little sacred flame.
The Meanlock, as it's kind of like looking for a way to get out of this field of spikes it finds itself, is incinerated by your sacred flame. Lone Walker, it looks like the Meanlock torture chamber is now empty.
Well, you solved his problem.
Okay. Lone Walker says, it would appear the nest of debauchery has been emptied. Do we think there are more in this cave?
So the question is, do we go around the other side to see if they're coming out that way, or do I take down the spikes? Because I can't put them back up.
How long do they last otherwise?
10 minutes.
Well, all right.
A lifetime in battle.
Are we... Well, I guess the other question is, are we still acting in initiative
I think
order
you're still
at this
acting
point?
in initiative order. So
Right.
Lone
QRS
Walker
is going to sidle... Or yeah, no, sorry. Go ahead. Yep,
I think
you're
it's
right.
I think it's Polly,
Got it.
then Nis,
Yep.
then Hermione, then QRS, Dan.
Paulie's having a chit chat.
I was trying to be
before we
helpful by
decide
going
what to
around
do.
the corner to see if we could see what was there, but that was
Yeah,
out of
Polly.
order, I understand.
Yeah, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start moving around the corner.
Okay, so you are continuing to concentrate on spikes.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep the spike concentration as long as that 10 minutes lasts. I think as long as we can find a way in or to the other ones. Do we want to engage little Anthony? Sorry, Anthony.
Engage
He
the little
would.
Anthony.
I mean, the danger of little Anthony is he's not a lot of hit points.
Yeah,
So
we're
he's
gonna
ki-
keep him out of the
He's
fight.
kind
with
of
the
like
bat.
a
He's
Meanlock.
And it
snack.
would-
drunk with the bats.
He
So we're
is-
not gonna.
It
I'm
also would take him a
telecommunicating with
while to get here.
Yeah, I'm telecommunicating with him, and he's off his rocker.
Yeah.
he's partying.
He's drunk telecommunicating you.
Yeah, he
You know what?
totally
You know what
butt-dialed
these
me
bats
like a
just
minute
told me?
ago.
Polly!
Polly, what's up?
Yep. That's right. Early 2000s beer commercials have just reached Lil Anthony's.
That is, I believe, one of
That
the
tracks.
levels of hell. Yes.
Yeah. Yep. He's in
All right, so I'm gonna do another 25 moves. So let's see, 5, 10. Open it up, Tony.
Where are you going? I don't know where you're going.
Around the corner.
All right. Now you have dark vision. I'm going to tell you, you kind of poke around a corner and see two mean locks that look perhaps a little startled to see you around the corner.
Ah! Hey,
Do they get a surprise
are you
round?
scared now?
No.
All right, so I'm gonna be about there.
No longer. And you're
And-
not on the ceiling. You're on the floor.
I'm on the floor.
All right.
Yeah. I'm going to engage with them.
Okay.
Actually.
Are you going to... I think you did 2 actions, or you did an action and a bonus.
Oh no, I did like a yeah. Okay, so
Are
I'm
you going
there.
to alert your friends verbally as a free action?
Congratulations on your engagement.
Mm.
Hey friends, alert.
Nis.
All right. Well, I've been alerted.
Mm.
So Nis is going to move.
I'm gonna kind of move out of the so I'm not completely blocking this
Got it.
entrance here.
Nis and her glowy cape is gonna move to where Polly is and say, "Oh,
Hello.
there's
the mean locks
down there."
Your glowing cape casts a beam of light down the narrow tunnel these mean locks were hiding in. They do look like they have been injured, and they kind of like flail their horrible claws around in reaction to the bright light on their photosensitive eyes.
And a beam of energy shoots out of Nis's hands at the first mean lock for 5 damage.
5 will kill that mean lock.
Wow.
Ha
Well, good news.
That mean lock is the mean lock, the first mean lock that you met, who took a beating and then walked across a room of spikes. that
that
mean
was
lock
the,
has lived
Right.
a tale.
Is that the one that I bit?
Yeah, you
Oh,
recognize
yeah,
it. Its antenna was all not right there. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I
Yep.
saw that one. Well, and then it dies, and there's one right behind it. So guess what? A
Yep.
beam of force lashes out at it for 2 damage,
Okay.
and a beam of force lashes out at it again for 3 damage.
That mean lock is bloodied, suggesting to me that the battle is almost over.
Nis has fired a lot of magic missiles, but she's done for now.
All right, Hermione, you may be limited. I don't know. Can you do the math? Can you get there when you are slow and tired?
Let's see. 10 to 15, 20. I could get here.
But not, then you wouldn't have any movement or actions left to attack.
No, that's my one movement. Because my
Oh, okay.
movement normally is 40. So I can
Oh,
move
okay.
20.
All right.
And so let's see, how far is my whip? Is 10 feet.
I think that's out of whip distance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not out of crossbow
It is not.
difference. Distance.
See the difference a crossbow can make.
How does a 10 look?
Your crossbow bolt clatters across the tunnel walls harmlessly without hitting the mean lock.
It's what I thought.
All right, Kiwaris.
5,
What a
10,
day,
15,
Kiwara says.
yeah, what a day. I cannot get into range because all available spots are taken.
Sorry.
All operators are currently busy assisting other mean locks. I'm going to, I know we're close to the end presumably, but I'm going to sidle up here and I am going to cast Heroism at 2nd level, which means I can touch both Nis and myself and give us both resistance to fear and 3 temporary hit points every turn, just in case we run into any more mean locks.
Okay.
So every turn you'll get 3 temporary hit points at the beginning if you don't already have temporary hit points, and you're immune to being scared of these guys.
Nice.
That's it. That's
right.
what I'm doing.
Thanks, Q.
This mean lock is left. There is only one mean lock to our knowledge left in the cavern. It is badly injured. It has been attacked by strange interlopers that seek to drive it from its den, a den where it's done nothing except, murder some miners and turn them into mean locks and psychically harass people and, just normal mean lock stuff that it is persecuted for. This mean lock is really trying to assess what is the best course of action here. And How far can I teleport?
Right into the spikes. Oh wait.
Well, it came from there, so it knows there's spikes.
Yeah.
Q, I don't know. This Meanlock is going to teleport as close as he can get to the exit to the Meanlock den. We'll say that QRS, you know that it's. I don't know if you quite have line of sight, but you know it's off to the north.
Can hear it skittering.
Yeah, you hear it skittering. Yeah, it makes noise, so you are all aware that it is in the direction of north.
That away.
Lone Walker.
Okay. Lone Walker can get to here and then is going to cast a Sacred Flame. So I need I needed a dexterity saving throw of 12, please.
All right, come on, Meanlock. No, I rolled a 3.
All right. We'll just roll a 1d8. Oh, 6 is not bad.
All right, that Meanlock is scorched, still alive, still scampering, but very sad. Lone Walker all set?
Just double checking. There's not something else I can do here. Yeah. All right. That's all.
All right. Polly, the Meanlock has disappeared from the crevice where you found it, but you know that it's scampered north.
So because of my position and because I know that like our task here was to scout out these mines, I actually want to like move this way to kind of remove some of the fog of war.
Okay.
So let's see, that's 5, 10, 15, 20,
Headed
25.
west.
Headed west.
All right, let me reveal more of the map over there. Look at you, staying on mission. There are more tunnels over this way. There's actually a description to one of these tunnels that I will read to you. This chamber is fun. There's kind of a weird bend in the corner over here. This is called the Chamber of Weeping.
This is where the dripping's coming from.
Thick, velvety black moss covers every surface of this 8-foot-high chamber. Set into the far wall is a deep alcove.
Cool story, bro.
Okay.
Yep.
We all were very quiet.
The moss looks menacing.
Since I'm in no range, like nowhere near the range of the creature, I'm going to use I get another like move, right? I get like that second move. So I'm going to move kind of like, I guess that's already foggy there. Or I can see all the walls on that end. All right, I'm going to use my turn to do a nature check.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a 4.
I don't know.
Exactly what you
Smells
told
weird.
us. It was fine.
Yep.
All right.
You don't. Just to be cler, you don't know it's called the Chamber of Weeping. So
There's no sign.
There's not a little plaque.
no. Nis.
Nis runs up behind Lone Walker and casts a firebolt at the retreating monster.
Roll it.
Well, that's just a 12, but I can add a d6.
You also have inspiration.
I do. I have bardic inspiration, regular inspiration. What do I do with inspiration, Tony?
That's
Inspiration.
basically
If you got a roll and you don't like it, you can re-roll it.
Well, okay. That was worse. So can I go with the first one?
Yeah, you can go with the first one.
All right. Well, then let's do that, and let's add in a d6.
Let's do it. Roll high.
Hey!
You got this, Nis.
Right. Dice by PCalc is going to be my selector here. We add in
James.
5, and that means it's a 17 to hit.
Plenty. Roll damage.
It's just 3. Three fiery things hit the monster.
Sorry, can you say it again? How much damage was it?
3 damage.
All right.
So
So that Meanlock's still alive, but is starting to really starting to get...
Sacred flame set
Yeah.
on fire, hit
Yep.
by spikes.
Sacred Flame and Firebolt on that
Shall
It's
we
limping
shoot
its way out.
it?
Hermione,
A crossbolt.
can you get
I
there?
With the crossbolt, I can move 20, but there's people. Lone Walker,
thing. Yeah, you
Yeah,
can
it's
totally.
in-
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you're
can
shoot
duck.
around you.
Yeah.
Lone Walker, hit the deck.
Duck!
Or just don't lean over.
Goose! 15 plus 6.
Plenty.
Woo!
Roll damage.
4 damage.
Oh, God. It's still
Is it not
alive.
enough? Dang it.
Oh,
Q.
Hold on.
Q.
This was a triumph. All right. Well,
Hermione, you're done, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
how many people do you think we have to kill after this? Just asking.
Probably none.
They're not people.
All right. 1,
Right.
2, 3. Get to here.
Not anymore.
What the hell? Let's overkill it and try.
Do it.
Dissonant Whispers cast at level 2. That's the last of my level 2 spell slots. Please have it make a Wisdom saving throw. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait. Before you do that, I will use my last Bardic Inspiration to use Unsettling Words. As a bonus action, you can expend 1 use of your Bardic Inspiration. Choose 1 creature you can see within 60 feet. Roll my Bardic Inspiration die. The creature must subtract the number that I roll from the next saving throw it makes before the start of its
That's
next.
mean.
The start of my
That's like
next
Bar-
It's gonna die from math.
Bardic D inspiration.
Yep, that's exactly what it is.
Well, what'd you roll, Dan?
It will subtract 5.
It subtracts 5 from its wisdom roll of 10, resulting in 5.
Fantastic. It will now take 46 damage. 4d6 damage. That's only 13, but hopefully it's enough.
It had-
to kill this
Please.
stupid
Please.
thing.
It had 1 hit point. You whisper it to death. I was prepared for you to mock it to death, but you have whispered it to
No,
death.
I went for
You
overkill.
over whispered it.
All right, I will tell you, you have killed all of the Meanlocks, and
Oh, thank
a
God.
key tactical thing that you did here was fill their home with spikes, causing, because I think the adventure expected that the final battle would be in their central
Plus
nest there.
The resale value is
Good job,
really
Paul.
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that
And
was a great
so you can explore the rest of the cave without worrying about things. You do find one last threat, which is parked off in a corner, and it would have been terrifying to fight
Oh,
at the
gosh.
same time as the Meanlocks,
Oh my
but perhaps
God, is
you
that
deal
a
with it.
Black
There's a
ooze?
black pudding that you deal with after
Oh.
taking a short rest. And you notice when you take that rest that you are much more, it's much more restful than your previous rests
Oh,
in
thank
and around
goodness.
Vermelon. Searching through the strange chamber that the Meanlocks seem to live in, perhaps a place where they transformed captives into other Meanlocks. It seems strange that this room is trapped with dynamite, and I'm not sure if you really want to do anything with that. Maybe
Dynamite.
that might be something for the dwarven owners of the mine to deal with. But you do find a pile of things that were probably scavenged off various people the Meanlocks tortured and killed. You find 50 gold pieces,
Ooh.
an ivory drinking horn with platinum filigree that you sell for 120 gold pieces,
Ooh.
and
Woo!
a set of goggles of night. So,
Ooh.
math.
What is that?
I think it gives you dark vision.
It gives you dark vision.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who doesn't have dark vision?
Well, you don't have to ask
I
it
think
like
a lot of
that,
us.
Paulie.
Which of you chumps doesn't have dark vision?
Yeah.
I don't need this.
All right.
This one.
So, you can each take. I've divided up the value of the things that are left there. Would be 34 gold pieces a person. Paulie, how much did you actually offer people of the amount that you were promised for the thing?
I offered everyone 100, and they took it.
All right. So each of
Each
you.
100 each of the 1,000.
So you took. How much did you take for yourself then? 600.
Yep.
Yep.
But all right,
Paulie,
all right. hey,
Paulie
hey,
pockets 600. Paulie may be buying some gifts, some small tokens of
There's
appreciation for people. in the near future.
there's a happy ending here.
Oh, but isn't
Hey,
it Paulie
everybody-
has 600 gold pieces?
No, he's gonna look, everybody. I feel really great that we all, helped out, protected each other. We were all there. I'm gonna pop off and say that you each get 50 more. So here you go.
Wow.
Little adventure bonus from me to you, right out of my pocket.
Oh, wow.
That's when Lone Walker steps up and he says, I have to say, I have recognized an error in my ways. For a long time, as you know, I have been, well, a lone walker. And in doing so, I have not had an awareness of what it means to work with a group. And he turns to all of you and he says, first, I want to apologize. I should have done a better job of explaining why I felt the need to step away. And
Hey, Lone Walker, I'll give you another 50 to just
No.
wrap it up.
Please.
Wrap it up.
I want to hear this.
please. And furthermore, I should have heard from the group. One thing that is very important to the Goliath culture, and an honor I have never had the ability to take upon myself, is the granting of nicknames to close friends. My chief named me Lone Walker before I set out on this adventure. And if you'll accept it, I have a nickname for each of you.
Yes,
He turns to
please.
Kiwaris and looks for like a go-ahead.
Yeah, double thumbs up.
Kiwaris, I name you Spellstrummer.
That's a good name.
And then he looks to
dope.
Hermione and looks for like a yes or a no.
Yeah.
Hermione, I name you Whip Striker.
Wouldn't it be a nay or a yeah or?
Yay!
No, that means no.
He turns to Polly and looks for like a yes or no or thumbs up, thumbs down.
Yeah, thumbs up.
Polly, because I
Give
have
it to me.
seen the kindness at your core, I name you Polly Lightheart.
All
And
right, I could work with that.
And lastly, he turns to Nis and he does something that is very, very big among Goliaths. They are huge creatures, and the most that they can do is make themselves small. So he kneels down on his knee, and he also like bows his body forward at the same time. So he's as small as he possibly can be. And he says, Nis, I feel that it is you who I must apologize to most. I did not pick up on your anger and your disappointment. Will you accept a nickname from me?
And Nis says, Asguri Lone Walker Mako Tatahani, I hope you have learned from this experience, but I do not wish a nickname from you.
And Lone Walker stays down, sort of facing the ground, and he says, I understand, and I will make sure I never forget.
Now, would you come and learn at my school?
I have some flyers that you could pass out.
And with that, you feel your work in Vermelon is done.
Did we kill we went back, there were a bunch that were still at the town. Did we kill them too? Is that what happened?
The ones that were in the town teleported back to this nest. So
Oh,
you've dealt
okay.
with
Wait,
all this.
we all picked up T-shirts that said I took a bite out of melon.
Yeah, you've eradicated the Meanlock menace that has plagued this ruined town for many decades. Hopefully this will be a prosperous place once again where people can come to mine platinum in peace. But you share many
We've got the
news-
strip
Okay.
mine is back.
We've made
Many-
the world safe for resource extraction. Excellent.
Yep. Hooray!
Capitalism!
But many stories are shared among the new friendships that have been forged today, because isn't that the real platinum that we mine from the earth? Friendship. Nope. You are slightly richer for it, and perhaps that will be things you'll invest in new adventuring gear or other things. Also, one of you can have the goggles of night. They aren't a shareable resource. All that is left to do.
Wait, is that not two monocles of night?
No, Dan.
That's what I heard.
If you cut it in half, it doesn't work. Yeah. All that is left to do is thank our adventurers for playing Candlekeep Mysteries, A Deep and Creeping Darkness. Jason Sell, thank you for being here.
Thank you, Tony.
Dan Morin, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to run Dungeons & Dragons without you.
Oh, well, you're not. And thanks for being here.
Kathy Campbell, a pleasure.
Thank you, Tony, for all of your hard work, even if it means high dice rolls.
Mm-hmm. Tiff Arment, thanks for coming back.
Thanks, Tones. I
And
appreciate it. And the creeping darkness is within us all.
it's true. And Micah Sargent, thank you for playing another different character with me. You'd think you'd know better.
You would think, and yet I rolled low on my wisdom saving throw, so here I am.
What is friendship but a failed saving throw? Good night, everybody. Thanks for listening, nerds.